Hi, welcome fam. Tonight is week 3 of our coming back. Check my check. Okay. Everything sounds good. Let me know if you can hear me. If you cannot hear me, let me know too in the chat. Okay. So this week, this is the third week of our comeback. I'm so grateful you are here. And it's been 3 weeks since we went live again. I can already feel the energy shifting. Quick update on my health. My stents are still doing great. I swam about 45 minutes each time, 3 times this week. And transplant prep has been still on hold, and my wife is adapting to a new job. Thank God for that. Well, quick check-in. Thanks, Steele. Quick check-in. What's the one spot in your body now that screams stop right now? Let me know in the chat. Okay. Is it A, pain in the base of the skull? B, on the side of the neck? C, between the shoulder blades? Or headache behind the eye? Let's name one, even though you don't have it. But let me know, even though you don't have it right now, but you had it, you will experience it throughout the week. Today we're going to talk about. Today we're going to talk about stress-free in minutes, the base of the skull. This is based on the book, based on my book. Your stress stops here. Which is chapter 3 of my book, the push and rub strategy on the base of the skull. All right. If you live here, say hi and where you are watching from. Okay. Just a reminder, download your free chapter of the free chapter of your stress stops here. There's 3 free chapters in there. Three free chapters, and this is the link to. It's a link to that. It's called Your Stress Stops Here, and you can download it from Your Stress Stops Here, and you can download it at the link on the chat or the link in the description below, or you can actually go to stressout.system.io/free chapters. Okay. All right. Let me introduce myself if you're new here. If you haven't met yet, my name is Vincent Woon, where I help people like you. I help people like you stay stress-free by changing one habit at a time. Let's start with something new I learned this week. Do you know that something I learned this week? And do you know that when you when you put on your clothes, right? I put on my clothes yesterday. I put on my polo right before we headed out yesterday. My wife caught me with the wrinkled polo and said and demanded me to take it off. Why? Because to her he says he take it off for her to steam because she said that it makes me looks like a hobo. Anyways, after ironing it or steaming it, I put it on and it felt different. It gave me a different kind of feeling, different vibes, made me more confidence, right? And then when I came home last night, I read an article that says, and Howard studies shows that the ritual like ironing lowers anxiety and boosts your performance. Or instead of ironing yesterday, my wife steamed it, so basically almost the same thing. So repetitive action creates the a meditation state, shifting your brain from anxious overdrive into calm and focus. So press close gives you an instant proof of control, and you see the results right away. And when the brain sees it can handle a process, it copes better with life chaos. So as you can see, my t-shirt. I even press my t-shirt today. I'll steam my t-shirt today. All right. Today we're going to talk about stress-free. Oops. Today we're going to talk about stress-free in minutes, the base of the skull. This is from my book here. Your stress stops here. And 10 in here I talk about 10 strategies to change your habits in 59 seconds or less. So, and this is chapter 3, and it's also part of the free giveaway. All right, part of the free giveaway, one of the 3 chapters in there. It talks about push and rub strategy for the base of the skull. Let's start with a quote here. The quote says, "Life is not about how fast you can run, but how well you bounce back." By Unknown. All right, picture this: hours of computer hours at the computer on you spending hours at the computer or on the phone, cradling the phone, or injuries, even how we hold a baby. This all put a load on the tiny muscles under the base of our skull. So what should you do, right? So one quick so one quick habit I teach is when pain shows up, rewind your last 24 hours. Did you spend too much time on the screen? Did you do a heavy lifting? Did you have little sleep or not enough sleep? Were you stressed? Did you have any food? Or this will give you a clue and tells you what happened. All right, I see here still says C. Oops. What happened to your Steel's answer C. C is what? Let's see. I have my questions. C is between shoulder, shoulder blade. Okay. So it's between a shoulder blade. Okay, good. So let's follow this concept then. Let's see. Let's look back 24 hours still and let me know, is it because of your spending too much time on the screen or spending too much time on the phone? Lifting up shoulder blade, right? Yeah, okay. So it's spend time lifting up heavy stuff, sleep less, or stress, or maybe you got something to do with your food. Let me know. So did you do a lot of lifting, or did you spend too much time on the screen? Let me know. It's still okay. Spending too much time on the screen. Okay. Let's go with this then. Spending too much time on the screen, right? Basically, this is, let's say, computer screen, or I know still is always on the phone. So he would be looking down at his phone, right? Basically, you see what he's doing. What's happened is, when you look down at the phone, you are like about 15 degree towards tilted towards the phone. So that means you're putting at least 20 pounds or 30 pounds of of pressure on the on your neck. Yeah, still say on the screen, and it said bad posture. Bad posture, yes. That's the next one we're going to talk about in the next chapter, but let's save that for next week. But then your posture should be how should your posture be? Your ear, the line, your ear, your shoulder, and your seat bone should all be aligned one straight line, and your shoulder should be flat, straight when you sit. So, or when you sit or you stand, you should be aligned. Your stomach, you should push your stomach, push your nasal towards your back. So you kind of like suck it in, and then you feel that when you suck it in, you can feel that the release on the lower back. That will help straighten your posture, right? Okay. So now you get an idea how to find the clues, right? Good. Let me just go to let me just since Steve already answered C, which is between the shoulder blade, and what happens is when your posture is your posture is not good, right? When you bend down, let me show you. When your posture is you bend down like this, so what happens is the muscle and the back just your back muscle just kind of like stretched, um, stretch away from where it's supposed to be. So what do you do, right? I'm going to add that on later. Just remind me still that just in case I forget. But let's go to what we have for today from the book, and then I will relate that and show you how to do that. Okay. So with that with that in mind, today I want to share with you a real life story of John. John is an IT professional at the top shoe designer in New York, top designer in New York's corporate office. A story many of us working in high pressure environment can relate to. Well, John is not just an everyday IT guy, but he's dedicated to his health, working work out 5 times a week, and even join the participate in the let's change the screen a little bit. And even participate in the boot Israel boot camp twice a week, which is a perk provided by the company. And he recently became at that time became the first time dad, which makes his life busier but much happier, right? Who's not happy when they have some kids, right? Anyways, welcoming this baby boy just 2 months before the story begins. A new project unfolds. John was given a new project. He had to set up all the company computers and equipment in a new part of their office, the new wing. At first, everything went on smoothly. Then the cable for the computers were installed right on schedule, and John was ready to get the technology running. But things soon become tricky. When the new equipment arrived, John noticed that everything everything not everything has showed up. Some computers and pieces are missing. John had to follow up with the company. He have to go call them up and try to track where the stuff are. Then he tried to set up with the equipment that he already had. At some time After some time, the rest of the equipment came. Oh, thank God, right? But then again, he found that there's a few parts missing where both parts were missing. But so then he has to go back again to make more calls and follow up again, and that takes more time, more of his time instead of just going all out to just start working on the project, right? So he started to feel a little stress. How many of you can relate to that? So maybe some of you are part of the job at work, part of your job where you work or job at work is they keep on piling stuff one after one another and give you more stuff and more stuff. And then more problems come out, right? Well, he was trying to he started to feel stressed because the deadline that to finish the job is coming up fast. Suddenly there was a problem in another department, and John had to drop what he was doing to fix the system, to fix the system too. So he started working late, sometimes until almost midnight. You know, professionals, that's what you have to do, right? Trying to solve the tech problems and get everything done, everything ready. At home, he was not sleeping much because his baby boy needs to his care at night. He didn't have time to exercise anymore, and he started to feel pain in the neck and the back of his head. Thankfully, the company offered a in-house therapy, and that's where I came into play. The corporate office that's where I came into the picture as a corporate therapist. Well, John visited me and we talked. It became more clear his aches and pains weren't just from stress, but from physical factors like an odd neck movement during a workout, and also cradling his baby to sleep. And I examined and examined him and found that they're not on the base of the skull, and tightness on the neck muscle. So basically, neck muscle and basically this whole area here, the base of the skull and the neck area here is all tight. So that affects the shoulder too. So when that affects the shoulder, it will also affect the shoulder blade, because why? The muscle on the neck is pulling up, right? So the shoulder blades muscle just kind of like when the upper chest muscle or the neck muscle here pulls up, tightens up. So it kind of like push the shoulder blade closer together. All right. So what happened? I worked on those spots for about 20 minutes. The result was almost immediate, and he felt so much better afterwards. So I encouraged him to use the push and rub self massage strategy dailies or whenever the tension creeps back. And John's story is a reminder that it's easy to work. Easy reminds that it's easy for work and family pressure to merge and affect our mind and also our body. As someone who's also spent a lot of long hours crunching numbers and racing to meet deadlines during my experience in corporate America, I know firsthand how stress can physically strain and often go hand in hand. So if you are feeling stressed or noticing tension in your body, just pay attention to your habits in your environment. Maybe it's just simple tweak here and there. Like for instance, with steel, he can do a couple of things that I'm going to show him later. In this a couple of things like add-ons, so that he can fix his tightness for the shoulder, the shoulder blades, and also help release tension from the neck too, right? So the thing is, you don't have to hesitate to seek help, whether it's talking to a therapist, taking a break, or learning a simple self-care routine like John did. Balancing your career health and family is challenging, but with the right support, you can find relief and stay healthy. Well, I felt the same before my heart stents procedure. I was told to be there at 8 a.m. to prep for the 10 a.m. surgery. I was lying down, sitting uncomfortably on the bed for hours in the hospital in the waiting room. And then I was wheeled into the surgery at 1 p.m. So it's like a lot of hours, right? Apparently, there was a complication with the procedure on the person who was before me, and that causes the delay. But then, by then, my neck is tightens up. My head felt like pressured, and I can feel knots on the base of my skull. I'm lying on a bed without enough support for my neck. And those hospital beds sometimes they don't have enough cushion or they have not enough padding, so it's very uncomfortable. Anyways, then I started using the push and rub method on myself, the same one I taught John for relief. But before we dive into the push and rub method strategy, let's take a look at the suboccipital muscle, or the muscle on the base of the skull. All right, let's do that. Let me just change my mic. One second, let me change my mic. Can you hear me? Still, can you hear me? Let me know in the chat. All right. So, where is the suboccipital muscle, or the muscle at the base of the skull? So let me show you. Let's have a sip of water first. All right. To feel that, you put your hand up on the back of the head. Go all the way down. You feel that there's a kind of like your skull is going down, slope down this way, and then you go to the base of the occiput, or the base of the suboccipital muscles right here. So I want you to feel the vertebrae inside. The first one is your atlas, or you call the cervical number 1, cervical vertebrae number 2. You put a finger down, and cervical number 3, or C3, C1, C2, C3. And also the trap muscle, which is your trapezius muscle, it goes all the way down to the shoulder, attached to your shoulder, the tip of the shoulder. Okay, and then of course there's another piece of muscle in the back. That's the lats that holds your shoulder blade, and that holds your shoulder blade like this. All right, so you have the kind of like V shape at the back. And what happened is, when you stare down at the screen or cradle a phone, right? And stare down at the screen. Let's look at it sideways. Stare down at the screen. See how much you tilt, how much pressure you put on the neck. See how the muscles tighten up here. And when the muscles tighten up here, you kind of like pull your blade up a little bit, shoulder blade up a little bit. So the V muscle at the back, kind of like stretch up a little bit, right? And let's say sometimes, when people like to cradle the phone like this, talk and then they put on the computer or do something else, or start cooking. That's what happens when you tilt your head this sideways. You can this muscle here tightens up, and when it tightens up here, what happens is, when it tightens up here, right, it pulls the muscle up here, and then the ache is on the base of the occiput, right? So of course, on top of that, stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline, and then this area becomes hypertonic. That's the tight band that you feel right now. Okay, so I think you might feel that too, right? Okay, so first step number one is to use for these techniques is to use the your pinky side or this part of the your hand, the what do you call the ulnar edge of your under your pinky here. So basically underneath your pinky, the midi part here. So what you do is put a 45 degrees where on the base of the skull, right? Yep. Still say yep. That's how you feel the tightness on the neck too, right? And because when you bend down, you feel that your trap muscle is pulls it up, and that create pain in the shoulder blade. So what you want to do is use the pad underneath the use the side of your hand underneath your pinky, all right, the padded area, and put 45 degrees underneath your occipital ridge or the base of the skull. So once again, up here, go down the slope, and then poop. There's a dimple right here. There's the base of the skull. What you can do is use the soft part of the palm. You want to push in first and then push up. In, and out. In and out. Okay? So I want to push into the muscle and then up. Push into the muscle and up. When you push into the muscle and up, do you feel like a stretch, or you feel like you digging into the muscle and then you just give a stretch, kind of like lengthen back the muscle because it's so tight that it's tightened and then you can feel the knot there, right? Yep, still said you felt that. That's good. Yeah. So you see, like after just one or two times, you feel that see the difference. I can feel the stretch, and now I can feel little relief down there. So of course, they are spending quite a lot of time doing the thumbnail for this the show, and also thumbnail for the show, and also doing prep work for the whole show. So what you can do is, as I mentioned earlier, you want to let's do that for right now. You know, put some pressure into the base of the skull, push in, and then you push up. It's kind of like push in and up to stretch it. So let me just show you from the front first. So you put pad here on the side of the occiput, in and up. See, in and up. Okay, show you the back now. So pad of the hand underneath your pinky, occiput, push in and up, in and up. You feel the stretch, in and up. You feel the stretch. Once you feel the stretch, right? Let me do on the other side. Same thing. Pad underneath your pinky, push in and up, in and up. Okay. Now I want you to add one more thing. Push in and out plus a jiggle. How do you do that? In, up, and then jiggle. In, up, and jiggle. In, up, and jiggle. Okay? Why do you want to do the jiggling for? Jiggling is to loosen up the tightness. Like that's like you dig. This is the tightness, so you dig into it, push it out a little bit, stretch it a little bit, and then you jiggle. When you jiggle, it kind of like soften out the muscle. Okay? And still say stretch. Yeah, you feel some stretch, or you feel the stretch of the muscle too. So let's do it. One side first. Press in, right, and up, and then jiggle a little bit. Shake a little bit like you shake your hand, but you want to shake it with the palm of your hand. So you push it in and shake it like that. So the palm pushes into the muscle. Okay, all right. I'm going to do this side one more time. Cut the 2 more times. Push in, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Push in, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Push in, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. And when you do this, let me do the other side too. Push in, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Push in, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. When you do it, you can feel that the muscle loosen up, right? Yep. Still say, yep, stretch the muscle and feels good. Yeah, that's the whole idea. You want to loosen up the area. When you stretch it, it feels good, right? So next thing you want to do is, I call this a rub, and then you rub and saw it. What do you mean by rub and saw? I'll show you. Use the same hand at the edge again, gently, like sawing across the tight part. Okay, let's do that. Let me show you in the front first. So push it in, palm, the side of the palm, right, or side of the hand, on your pinky. Push it in, do like a saw. Push it in and do like a saw, right? Okay, let me show you from the back. This will cover up with you push your pad, the pad of the side of your pad here. It will cover up quite a lot of space, so that's very good. So you want to push it in and then like a saw, kind of like a saw. See, push it in and kind of saw, and then you can even use your whole side and your palm too, so you can cover more area here. So I'm going to use the side and then the palm. See how much more extra area it covers here. So side and the palm, and then go saw it. Back and forth, back and forth. You feel. I want you to feel the difference. So you now can feel some heat on the back of your neck. All right. Let's do the other side. Same thing. This side, the pinky side of the palm, the side of the palm, the spongy part, and also spongy part, and also you can use the palm, some part of your palm too. So we're gonna go like this, and then like a saw. Okay, let me show you. Push it in and like a saw. You can use part of your palm here too, so you can cover bigger space. So push it in and saw. So basically, you do this up and down your neck. So you just basically only do it one hand, up and down the neck. Or just push palm, palm, palm with the side of your hand, side of a pinky, palm, 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 like a karate chop or something. But you just want to push it in and push out, push it in and push out. So when you push it in and push out, you kind of like breaking the tension at the tight muscle there. Okay, let me show you on the side, maybe from the back again. You want to go push in and push out, push in and push out. As I push in and push out, I can feel the tension releasing, right? Push in and push up, push in and push up. All right, once you get that feeling, you feel that much relief, right? And to finish up, what you want to do is you want to rub your hand, or you can rub your hand, or don't have to rub your hand, it's fine. But then you can just go like swiping the top to the bottom, top to the bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, with the palm of your hand. Okay, not your finger, but with the palm, so you can cover more or bigger area. All right, let me just show you. So let's go calculate this with the palm of your hand. So you want to just swipe down from the occiput all the way down to the neck. Occiput all the way down to the neck. And if you want, you can do faster. When you do faster, it's create the heat, and you can feel the after effect of the heat. What happens is the heat continues to soften the muscles. So when the heat continues to soften the muscle, it brings oxygen to the area, right? When oxygen comes to the area, it creates circulation. Now first it creates the heat, creates the circulation first. Then circulation brings the blood to the area. The blood brings the oxygen to the area. When there's oxygen to the area, there's no pain. That's how you get rid of pain. Okay, couple add-ons to this. Next one you're going to do is a chin tuck. Chin tuck is a very simple one. All you need to do is point your chin towards the chest, right? Point your chin towards the chest. And then you want to tuck it in. As you tuck it in, you can feel the tension in the back releasing because you're kind of like pushing the neck back a little bit. Hold for 3 seconds. And come back. Okay, let me show you on the side. Chin tuck. Fabio's favorite chin tuck, right? Still. So I'll put the put your chin towards the chest, right? And then you push it in. See, when you push it in, your chest automatically like kind of like opens up. So when you chin tuck down, push it in, chest opens up. Hold there for 3 seconds, 2, 3, and then we come back, and you feel the release on the back, right? So release on the back. So now the last one is to do some breathing to just calm yourself down. So what we do is, let me just switch the mic back to this one here. Okay, then so what we do is uh, box breathing. Let's see what Steve said. She said, "Yep, haha, good." All right, so basically, yeah, when you do that, you push it back. The shoulder, the neck muscle is the neck muscle just loosen up, right? So to finish up, you can do a box breathing. Box breathing is a 4, 4, and 4. What's 4, 4, and 4? Inhale with the count of 4, exhale the count of 4, and then no, inhale count of 4, hold for 4, 4 count of 4, and then exhale count of 4. So basically it's hold and then exhale. So let's do it 2 times. Yes. Inhale, hold, exhale. Right? You feel the calmness now. Feel that the pressure going down and release. So now the last one I want you to do is to when you breathe, just breathe in first and then hold. When you breathe out, you want to feel that all the tension on your neck and shoulder blade and wherever the tension is you have right now will go away. All right? Let's do it 2 times. Take a deep breath. Hold. Exhale, thinking of loosen out all the tightness on the shoulder, back, and your head. One more time, I know without any count, just do. Inhale, hold, exhale. thinking of tension releasing from the occiput all the way down to the neck, shoulder, and your and your shoulder blade. Okay, this one's for you still. This is an add-on number 4. So we did 3, and then add-on number 4 is to stretch the shoulder blade. What you can do is just do a wall push-up. Wall push-up is very easy. Just put your hand on the wall. Make sure that you step like maybe 2 step back, and then put your hand on the wall, and then do push-ups on the wall itself. So basically, this is the wall. Just put your hand there on the wall, and then do push-up. Push-up. Okay. As you do when you do the push-up, right? First, you open your hand. Your shoulder blade is like this. When you put your hand this way, shoulder blade is like this. When you push up, your shoulder blades. When your shoulder blades is tight, so when you do push up, it does kind of like stretch and open up the tightness there. Okay. Still can try that. Let me see if I can try it on the wall though. Maybe the light is on the way. But let me just see. Change the mic. Hi. Okay, testing. All right, good. Let me go back here. This is the wall. I'm going to avoid the. Actually, I'm going to come this side. Can you see? This is the wall. I'm going to open a hand like this on the wall and do push up. The wider you open your hand, the more wider you open your hand, the more stretch you get on the chest, and also the shoulder blade will go stretch a little bit more. Okay, so if you want to do wider, so it's much better. Let me do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what happens is when your body weight goes to the wall, you feel like your chest is opening up when the plate goes in and come back out, in, come back out, in, come back out. So you kind of stretch out the tightness back there. And there's another technique that I will show you later on, also in this book called the 45, 135, and also 180 stretch. So we'll show that next time we work on the book. I mean, next time maybe I forgot what chapter. Let me take a look. That's the shoulder blade stretch. Yeah, that's the one that I tried to give out last year. I mean, last couple of times. If you want, you can just sign up for the download your free chapters of your stretch stops here, and then send me an email letting me know that you want that too, and send it to you too. So it's chapter 11 of the 45, 90 degrees and 135 degree stretch. That's just to release your shoulder and your shoulder blade. So till then, we have it up here. All right. Let's see. So still, how you feeling now? Let me know in the chat. I know you did some stress and right. I think it helps pretty much. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. And if you're watching it after the fact, also let me know which area you're having pain. base of your skull, side of the neck, between your shoulder blades, or your headache behind your ear, behind your eye. Okay? Let me know that. And don't forget to sign up for the free your stress stops here chapters in the link below, or in the link on the chat. Let me just put it up again. Link on the chat. Oops, too fast. You can go to stressoutstressfree.system, systeme.io/free chapters. Get it right there. I think I should make a QR code next time, okay? Next time we'll make a QR code for that, so you can just scan it and get it. Or you can just go to the link in the link in the chat, or if you're watching after the fact, you can go to the link in the description below. Okay? Well, if this is helpful, I invite you to follow along for more tips. Of course, more strategies from this book. We only have 10, and so far we talk about the first one. This is the first strategy, that one of the first strategies in the chapters, in the 12 chapters. So don't forget to sign up if you haven't signed up yet, so that you can let you know about futures topics and future sessions on how to manage your stress and improve your well-being. Feel free to share this with someone who might be dealing with pain in the base of the skull, or something similar to the neck, or they call it the GB22. You can use that same thing, the base of the skull. We all need a reminder sometimes that we are not alone. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about paying attention to small steps every day. If you're here, consider subscribing, and I go live every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you very much for joining me tonight. Next week, we're going to talk about Chapter 4. Chapter 4 in this book, Your Stress Stops Here. It talks about roll backwards strategy for your back and your neck. So remember, your well-being matters, right? All right. And if you like what we do here, and you want to support us, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Winston Woon, right there, or right there in the chat, or in the description below. And let me just send out the QR code for the 45 degrees, 90 degrees, and 25 degrees stretch for the shoulder blade too. Okay, you can scan the QR code there, or you can go to stressoutstressfree.system, systeme.io/shoulder blade relief. Or you can scan the QR code from here. All right. All right. So I want to thank you very much for watching. Lots of mistakes. You can also check out our merchandise at stressoutstressfree.fortwall, or the link is in the description below, and check out our merchandise. Okay, and can I get to the end screen? Huh. Let's get to the end screen here. You can always connect with me at, of course, here in Facebook, and also in you can also always connect with me at You can always connect with me at Facebook, Stress Out Stress Free, at Stress Out Stress Free in Instagram, Stress Out Stress Free in YouTube, at Vincent Moon in X, or Vincent Moon NYC in TikTok. Alright? Don't forget to check out next week's. Next week we have the Chapter 4 Backward Strategy, Roll Backward Strategy, and neck and back. Right? Take care of yourself. When you take care of yourself, notice those stress signals, and I will see you next week. Until next time, stay stress-free, be happy, and be well. Sign up for the free chapters here. You can help the channel